My sophomore Paige Imhoff to my left, and junior Maddie Nelson to my right. And I just first want to say that I'm very, very proud of our girls, the way they fought back in the second half. And I know there's always one team at the end who leaves unhappy, but I just wish it couldn't be that way. And I think, I think last year was a lot easier losing by 20 than this year. But I think our crowd and everyone in the town, and I am extremely proud of our girls and their effort to come back and put themselves in that position.
You guys were down by 10 points and had sort of struggled in that second quarter to fight and claw your way back into the game very slowly, but very talk about just how much that sort of was a focus and just keeping your composure to get back into the game in the first place.
Right, and that was our game plan at halftime. We talked about we're not going to make up 10 points in the third quarter. We want to chip away, 4 or 5 here, 4 or 5 there, and just put ourselves in a position at the end. And I was so proud that that's exactly what we did. Sometimes when you try to make up all those points too quick, you give up easy buckets, and it ends up going the other direction. So I thought we tightened down defensively in the third quarter and really made them work to get buckets. And then offensively, we kind of opened up a little bit too and hit some shots and looked a little more fluid. And I guess what makes it so tough is I think everyone on our team really thought we had it. It was like we had the state championship and then they took it away from us. So that's kind of what's tough right now.
Just for Maddie, just for how much were you guys just sort of focused on were there some nervous moments in the second quarter when it was sort of getting away from you a little bit, and how much did that help just composing yourselves a little bit and fighting back into the game? You guys played your ball pretty much the entire second half.
Yeah, well, after second quarter in the locker room, we kind of just said there's not going to be a tomorrow, so we have to put it all out on the line right now. And I kind of just told myself during the game, like, they're not going to score on me. They're not going to score on me, and I'm not going to let it get any bigger of a lead than it is. And it's either going to end like this or they're not going to get any more points. That's what I was thinking.
Yeah. And, just it's tough to maybe keep perspective in this moment right now, but this was an absolutely special season for you guys. Is it tough to reflect on that, sort of maybe right now, but just how you've said over and over again that you didn't expect to be at any of these places that you've been. Just what was that like sort of in reflection at this moment?
I'm sure, out of the 100 Class 4 teams who start the season, everyone's goal is we want to go to state. And how many actually believe, midway through the season or 3 games into the season that's a possibility. Obviously, you don't want to go ahead and say we have no chance, we stink, or anything like that. I knew our girls were going to be good players, but to make it here and to do what they do, you can ask them. I kept saying after every game and after every big win, you guys just amaze me with what you're doing. You overachieved the whole year. That's why it's just so hard right now. I feel bad for them, not for me, that it can get that close for how hard they've worked and everything that they've done, and it just slips away. So I just want them to feel like when you work this hard, this is what happens. Here's the success you get. And they got it. I just feel like they don't think they got it right now. So
how tough is it to go to 2 championship title games and lose 2 in a row? And obviously they're the only 2 in your school history. Can you talk about it from a coaching standpoint and then also the players?
Thanks for rubbing that in. Are you asking me? Or
you and then the players.
It's tough, but gosh, look at the teams that you have to beat and what you have to do to get here. I think the odds are definitely against you to win it than to place 4th, 3rd, or 2nd. So that's not what's disappointing. And we set a goal before we came out today. Let's just go out and give everything that we've got and play as hard as we can, and we can leave here happy. Although I'm not sure anyone's leaving real happy, they should be proud of what they did, because I thought there was no quit in these girls. And every coach says there's no quit, but they fought back with a team that's very good about taking care of the ball and being smart, and a well-coached team. And we chipped away and got the lead back, and we're right there. And ball just didn't bounce our way towards the end. I really feel like this game came down to a stretch of about 3 seconds, the whole game. But I feel like these last 2 years, our girls are setting kind of a tradition for Smithville basketball. It was 25 years to get here, and they've done it 2 years in a row. And you go through and look at the state rankings, you never saw Smithville in there. No one ever thought they could do it except them. They deserve some respect at this point. I feel they've earned it.
Well, as far as getting it to be second place 2 years in a row, it pisses me off. But at the same time, I know that all the games that we've won up to this point were all hard games too. And if you look at the teams that we play and maybe the teams that they play, I don't know, but we play a really tough schedule. And I know that every single one of our players tonight played really hard. And I guess it's just kind of what he said, like everyone's upset because they're not upset, they're not sad, they're just mad because they wanted it so bad and they didn't get it. And that's why everyone's crying and stuff. It's not because they're like feeling sorry for themselves, it's because they're pissed off about it.
Paige, you want to comment on that?
Like what she said, the last 2 years we have had a tough schedule both years. And just every single game, like past districts, we were never like in the odds to win. And we always pulled it out. And it's awesome. Just really bad.
How much does this set in your guys' mind you've been down here, twice now, only losing one senior off that team? I mean, I'm sure you guys are already, how much do you want to get back down here next year and sort of, if that's even in your mind right now, I guess.
It's going to happen. Yeah.
We'll
I
be
want
back
to.
next year. We're going to win.
That's all I got to say.
About it. Votes, ladies.
Great season.